Aaron Ra, Matt Tillicunty, Rabid Atheist, Eve, Amazing Atheist, Griffin 9857. What in the fuck would it take to get me to seriously consider deconverting from Christianity? What would it take? And are you all motherfuckers smart enough to be able to do this? No. Okay, number one. One thing you can do to get me to seriously doubt if it's all true or not. Create in the laboratory a humanity. That is, take a monkey or anything, take any animal and give it a human brain, able to think like a human, just like a human. Do math, feel emotions, and don't forget, feel like spiritual connection to God or God. And then after you do that, get one of these human animal, human insect, human whatever, human lizard hybrids that accept Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior and get saved, and for me to see a true change in this human animal hybrid. To see this human animal hybrid demonstrate an internal knowing, an intuitional knowing. Listen up. Not an emotional knowing. Oh, not emotionally. Oh no, I know there's Jesus Christ. He's in my heart. Not because of emotion, but because of an inner knowing. Get this hybrid human animal, stick a gun to its head, and tell it to deny Jesus. And if it so chooses to die, if it so chooses to die for Jesus, and not only that, but dies singing and praising God, burn this humanity at the stake. And if it dies singing and praising God, I seriously consider that might seriously put some serious doubts in my faith. Number one, because Jesus didn't die for the animals. He only died for the human beings. And if you can get something that's not wholly, totally human, and get it saved, and get it to know, get this humanity to have a near-death a dying experience. As it's dying, get it so that this dying humanity says things like, I can see the heavens open. I see Jesus at the right hand of God. I didn't say Buddha, I said Jesus. If you can do this, how seriously consider. Number two, perhaps the most important, if you can come up with a scientific explanation for what the intuition is, why it is that Christians down through the ages, when they were being burned at the stake, were praising God, and were seeing visions of heaven open and Jesus waiting for them. Notice, in no other religion where they were being killed for their faith, no Buddha or no Buddhist was ever killed for believing in Buddha, and no Buddhist who was being killed looked up with the look of bliss on his face, claiming to see, I see Buddha. I know Buddha's waiting for me. I know Buddha's waiting for me. You won't find one. I challenge you to find even fucking one. You will not find any Mormon that was being killed for his faith. And yes, Mormons were killed and persecuted when they first started out. You will not find one Mormon claiming they see Joseph Smith. You won't even find them claiming to see Jesus. They're terrified as hell of dying. The Buddhist would be terrified of as hell as dying. The Hindu would be terrified as hell of dying. Only the Christian would be dying, singing, praising God. If you can explain scientifically what is happening, and explain how, I've had this emotional conversion to Christianity that didn't last forever. I had emotional conversions like harmonic atheists, like the atheist in the video From Theist to Atheism, Aaron Ra. I've had emotional conversions, and none of those emotional conversions changed something inside of me, because none of those emotional conversions changed an inner knowing inside of me. An inner knowing that you know it even though you don't know how it's true. But when I had my conversion experience in jail, when I finally gave up everything who I was to Jesus, and trust me, it was hard. Getting saved is not fun. Getting saved is not easy. It's not easy at all. It's painful. It's agonizing. And none of you, not one of you, not harmonic and myth visions, harmonic atheists, Matt Dillahunty, not one of you, when you got saved, for none of you motherfuckers was an agonizing experience. It was just an emotional experience. None of you had the intuition touched. Mine did. So there's an inner knowing. If you can explain scientifically what's happening, and not only that, if you can reproduce in the laboratory, what you call it, counterfeit, a synthetic. What's the fucking word I'm looking for? Like, if you can produce a counterfeit, synthetic experience of knowing that Jesus is knowing that any God is real, any other God but Jesus, that might make me doubt. That would make me doubt. J. Harold Smith, the Southern Baptist preacher, and Freddie Gage, Southern Baptist evangelist, like Billy Graham. If you can duplicate, God killing a person in the lab, well, God does it. If you can duplicate this, and what I mean by God killing someone in the laboratory, if you can get some people together, and you can get some volunteers, and you can actually change the brain. No. If you can actually stimulate the brain and get the brain convinced that God is speaking to this brain, and saying to the brain, person A in the experiment, okay, I'm God. I'm going to kill person B in the experience. In the experiment. And if you can get the person B to die mysteriously, you definitely might be able to get me to lose my faith. But these have got to be, God damn it. God damn it, I forgot what the fuck I wasn't going to say. God fucking damn it. Okay, here's another question. Christians die for their faith. But if you can take a truly born again Christian who's truly born again and knows it in his intuition, and you can cut out his brain, and he can go into surgery, a bona fide, true lover of Jesus, a true Christian, and give him some children on his brain. Or let's take it let's take it a level up higher. If you can take a true Christian and stimulate his brain with electrodes in such a way that when you are done, he renounces Christianity and no longer loves Jesus. If you can do this, I will definitely seriously consider deconverting. And if you can do this in several cases, not just one. Because I want to make sure the person you stick the electrodes to truly saved. And you're not trying to hoodoo me and get someone who was never saved to begin with and trying to, if you're not, I want to make sure you're not trying to trick me. Because I don't trust anybody, Christian or atheist. That's one thing I don't get. The devil is one stupid motherfucker. Why in the hell, if the devil wants to persecute Christians and get Christians to deny their faith, he's doing a shit job of it. Burning them at the stake, killing them. That just makes them stronger. Satan, you're a stupid motherfucker. Why in the hell don't you take Christians and pump them up full of cocaine and meth, and gradually, and then tell them, hey, you want more of this, you got to deny Jesus. And if not one of them denies Jesus, but chooses Jesus over being pumped with meth or some drug that makes you super high, then Jesus is real. But if you can get about half of the people, the subject in the experiment, to deny Jesus, because you can forcefully pump them up with cocaine against their will, or meth, or some super drug that makes them super high. Is it possible you could get more people to deny Jesus if the devil persecuted Christians this way? I mean, the devil is one stupid son of a bitch. Either that or God's got him on a fucking leash and God's letting him murder Christians, murder babies, letting the devil get priests to rape boys, but God won't let the devil go that far. And if that be true, God is just as responsible for all those atrocities as the devil is. In fact, he'd be the one yanking the devil's string, pulling the devil's chain. Another thing, the devil is one stupid son of a bitch. Why in the fuck does the devil not... If the devil wants to get Christians to deny Jesus and to stop being Christians, put the Christians in... force the Christians to undergo neurosurgery and cut out the parts of the brain that make them love Jesus, that make them do what they do, that makes them Christians. Cut out the parts of the brain that are responsible for intuition, for spiritual experiences. Make it so that being a Christian for them has absolutely no emotional value, because you cut out the parts of the brain necessary for Christianity and for Jesus to experience Jesus, the greatest, most blissful joy of their lives. Yo, people are so fucking stupid. Why am I? There's no way in hell I can be the smartest person in this area. No way in hell. Where are the fucking Einsteins? Where are the Isaac Newtons? Where are the Stephen Hawkins? How come y'all are so stupid? How come the devil is so fucking stupid? I mean, stupid! I mean, this is simple. And the devil never thought of this? Unless God, of course, God's the one yanking the devil's chain. Damn. when Christians are persecuted again, they're going to be shot, guillotined, hung, maybe burned, tortured. By you Satan, you stupid motherfucker. That's just going to make the Christians stronger. And that's going to make Jesus stronger. So Satan, you're one stupid motherfucker. So Satan, maybe if you start forcing super powerful drugs on these Christians and then depriving them of these drugs if they don't deny Jesus, you might get more people denouncing the faith. Unless Jesus is real. But if Jesus is real, how is he going to do that? It's going to take a supernatural act of God to keep these Christians from deconverting from their faith in the face of powerful drugs. They fed a rat some drugs, and then he gave a rat the choice. Two buttons. If they sucked on this one button, they got the drug. If they sucked on the other button, they got the food. The rat literally died from hunger because he chose to suck on the nodule that gave him drugs instead of food. That bothers me. Would it be possible to take a person like Ray Comfort or Paul Washer? Yeah, that's Paul Washer, and jail him in a laboratory and pump him up with super powerful drugs that produce a high like he's never known. Would it be possible to deprive him of these drugs and then tell him, hey, you want the drugs, you got to deny Jesus? If you could get Paul Washer or Ray Comfort to deny Jesus, man, I'd almost be there. But there's some inner knowing in me that would not let me deny Jesus. Hell yes, I doubt like hell. I would fucking doubt seriously but there would be some part of me that just couldn't let go of Jesus. But you could, I don't know. I just don't fucking know. Or if you could take a Christian like Ray Comfort and do surgery on his brain and discombobulate his receptors so that he comes back. So that talking about Jesus, thinking about Jesus no longer provides them the stimulating pleasure it does. Or you like the man who had an accident in the railroad station. He was a devout Catholic, loved God and Jesus. One of the metal poles was driven through his brain in an accident. He went into surgery. He came back out. He became a womanizer, a drunkard, and totally left his Catholic faith. So Satan, I tell you to your face, you son of a bitch. Oh devil, you're one stupid motherfucker.